All right, good morning. Find your comfortable seat, sit up nice and tall, lengthen through your crown. I hope that the light is better this time. Move around, get all the jitters out. I feel jittery because things aren't working like they're supposed to, or I want them to. Take a couple nice deep breaths and settle into your seat. Lengthening from your sit bones through the center mass of your body to the crown of your head. Just breathe and settle. Today we're going to be a little active. Stretch out, but also work some of our muscle groups. It's getting warmer, getting out of our cocoon, feeling like spring, ready to move. Let's drop our right ear to the right side. Stay tall in your spine. Don't let yourself just punch into it. Lengthen, sit up. Left hand, push out to the side like a stop sign with your fingers lifted. And then I want you to very slowly start to slide down. So if your fingers are sliding down the wall. You take 3 or 4 breaths to slide down. All the way down till you feel your forearm, neck touching your body or your hip. Keep the fingers lifted. I want you to relax your hand, shake it out a little bit, and then I want you to take the same hand and I want you to start to slide it into the small of your back. You can rest it on the back of the chair. You can rest it right where your hips and the chair touch. And then rotate your chin down towards your shoulder. Rotate your head back forward. Start to slide your arm out. Tuck your chin and roll to center. Pull your head back up to neutral, hand in your lap. Take 2 big breaths. Think of remaining long as you breathe for those 2 breaths. Then drop the left ear over to the left side. Take the right hand, push it out like a stop sign, fingers lifted. Slowly start to slide that arm down. Take nice, big, even breaths. Sliding the fingertips down the side of the wall. Keeping them lifted all the way until the arm touches your side body. Pause for a moment. Release your hand and fingers, shake it out, start to slide that hand through the small of your back. Try not to arch your back. Breathe into the side of your neck. Rotate your chin down to your shoulder. Back to face forward. Start walking the hand out. Take your chin and roll back to center. Lift your head up. All the way to the ceiling. And back down to neutral. Turn right. Take your left fingertips and put them in the back of your head. And then open your elbow away towards the back wall. Wide fingertips. Start to straighten elbow, like you had a jazz hand thing going on, all the way down. Straight arm out, and then straight arm down. And center, hand in lap, 2 big breaths. Think of reaching your crown up when you exhale. Turn head left. Right fingertips on the back of your head. Wide hand, jazz hand. And then open your elbow towards the back. Your wide fingers slowly start straightening out your elbow. Right out to the side and then down. All the way down. Hand back to your lap, turn your head forward. Just kind of roll it around. Release any tension in your neck, in your shoulders, in your upper back. Whatever feels good, or just sitting and breathing is what feels good, then you can just sit and breathe. Alrighty, we are going to come forward in our chair. We're going to put one leg out, the heel out, like so. So if you need to sit more at an angle so you have more butt cheek on the chair, you can. But you don't want the base of the chair to hit you in the middle of your thigh. You want it right under your butt shelf, if that makes sense. You'll find the right spot. You can put something underneath your heel, a block, a pillow. But I want you to make sure that if you do twist, you don't, you still have that leg straight out from your hip joint. You're not having an open thigh. Okay? Find that comfortable position for everything. This is your supporting leg as you bring weight forward. It will come to your heel and to this leg. So this leg doesn't matter as long as you feel supported. It can be off to the side, it can be tied in, it doesn't really matter. So toes are up. Make sure your knee and your toes are lined up facing the ceiling. Lengthen from the crown of your head. You can put your index finger in the crease of your thigh. Deep breath. Exhale and just start to lean forward. Stay tall in the back of your head. If you feel like you're getting out of balance and coming off the chair, you can hold on to the back of the chair with that back arm if that helps. If you have too much pressure into the back of the leg, you might need to readjust a little bit. Have a little tiny bend in your knee so that you're not sitting into that joint. You're not pressing into that joint. Toes are up and active, just enough to have a soft flex. Lengthen through the crown and take the belly button into the spine. I want you to lift your chin up. Reach your chin towards the corner of the ceiling and wall where they meet. Breathe. Feel your abs engage as you reach. And slowly start to drop the head down, but leave that reach in your core. Slowly come back up with a flat back. Great. Shake that leg out. We're going to switch sides. Toes lifted. Knee and toes are lined up. Find your comfortable position. Make sure you're not falling off the chair. Hold on to the back of the chair if you need to. Or you can be in the crease. Lengthen tall through crown first. Exhale and just start to bring your weight lean forward. Tiny bend in your knee. Keep your knee from locking out. Soft flex in the toes and the foot. Check to make sure that your foot is straight up and you're not starting to roll outward. Stretch in the back of your leg. Start to lift your chin up. And then reach through the chin for that corner where the ceiling and wall meet. That general area, general direction. Keep the lift and reach and bring your chin back down. Draw the belly button into your spine. And breathe. I feel like I'm telling you to pat your head and rub your belly. One more breath. And come up. And shake it out. We're going to stand up and we're going to take our chair to the end of our mat to do a little bit of a flow. Right. So you're going to stand 4 to 6 inches away from the chair. Feet directly underneath your hips. You have the back of the chair away from you. We're going to inhale and breathe up. Gather as much air as you can. Lengthen upper back arch and then hinge the hips flat back. Hands are on either side of the chair. Make sure that your shoulder is over your wrists and that your hips are over your feet. I'm cheating by looking in the camera and I can see my feet. We're too far forward. Pull your belly into your spine. And I want you to imagine lengthening your tailbone towards the back of you and your crown towards the front of you. Imagine if you could lift your kneecap up off of your shin bone. So your knee is active. You use the thigh muscles to just lift it up just a little bit to activate through your knee. Transfer your weight to the left foot. Feet are on the floor, weight in the left foot. You're going to slide your toes on the right foot back. And just keep the toes on the mat, but point the leg. Draw the belly in to support if you need to. And imagine that your toes are back there at 6 o'clock. We're going to take the toes over to 5. Bring them over to 4. Bring them over to 3. Still touching. Just don't have any weight. Bring them up to 2. And then try for 1, and as far as we'll go because the chair leg is in the way. Then slide them all the way back around to 6. And lift the leg behind you. Lengthen from toes to crown. Bend the knee on the right leg. Opens up the hip a little bit more. Straighten the leg back out. Slowly lower it down to your toes touch. Slide your toes back up underneath your hip, and then transfer your weight over both feet. Shake out your legs if you need to, want to. Feel the need. Rock and roll your hips back and forth. And to the other side. So start with lengthening crown overhead and lengthening tailbone away from you. Belly drawn in to support the back. You're not pulling the belly in so far that it's hindering your breathing. You're just providing some support. Transfer the weight to the right leg, sorry. You still have the left leg on the floor. And I want you to slide those toes back to the 6 o'clock point. Toes are touching. Slide up to about 5 o'clock. Or now we're on the other side, so now we're at 7 o'clock. And then bring them up to about 8. Take them to 9. 10. And then to 11. Belly fold in. Slowly take them all the way down and around back to 6. Breath. And start to lift that leg behind you. Lengthen from crown to tip of your big toe, belly into your spine, bend your left knee. Straighten the leg out, bring the leg down, toes touching. Slide the toes back in underneath your hip. Transfer weight over both feet. Shake it out. Back and forth if you need to. Put your left hand in the center of your chair. Make sure you have wide fingers. You want to focus the weight on the top of your palm, not the bottom and your wrist. Imagine that the weight starts there in the center and extends through the fingers. The right arm is going to open up as you rotate to the right, and I want you to bend your left knee to provide a little bit more rotation, as if you're spilling those drinks down your right thigh. If your arm or shoulder bothers you, you can put your hand on the back of the head, or you can take it to the hip. Breathe. Slowly start floating down and centering your hips back to neutral. Then take that right hand underneath the left and reach towards the left side without rotating your hips. This is all belly movement. Breathe. Bring the hand back in. Right hand on the right side, left hand comes over to the left side. Shake out your legs. Switch sides. Right hand is going to come in the center of the chair. Focus the weight at the top of your palm and extend the weight out the tips of your fingers. Left arm is going to float up as you rotate left. Drop the right knee. Opening the tip. Breathe. Slowly start to float down. Keep hips level and then take that left hand under your right armpit and reach. Don't let your hips rotate, keep them level. Left hand comes to the left side, right hand returns to right side. Take your right foot back as far as you can. Press into your right heel. Soften your hands on the chair. Make sure that your left knee is over your left ankle. Lift your head up and look forward. Then pull the belly into your spine and feel your back flatten slightly. Press through the heel, lift the toes. I want you to engage the left glute and thigh, like you're really pushing into that left foot. Really push into that left foot. Hold the belly in. And I want you to take the left hand off the chair and reach it forward, like you're reaching for something. Someone's handing you something. And bring it back down. Relax the left leg, relax the right leg. Slide the right leg in a little bit, left one back next to it. We're gonna do down dog, so you can either take it to the floor, down dog, or you can just push your hips back and keep your hands on the chair. If you wanna take it to the floor, just step back a little bit. Hands wide. And everybody just walk the heels of your feet a little bit. Lifting and lowering. Lift your head and torso up. Step your right foot forward. Then step your left foot forward. Either drop your elbows, forehead, or go into forward fold without using the chair. Soft knees, bend into your knees so you kind of are like you're sitting on a tall stool. So you really got your knees bent. You let your torso land on your thighs. Root through your feet, squeeze through your butt, either roll up or flat back, come all the way up. We're gonna do the other side for that other part. Inhale up, little upper back arch, and exhale, back down. Shoulders over wrists, feet over ankles, and take your left foot back. As far as you can, your heel to touch. Make sure your feet are hip width apart, so peek down there first before you get your right knee over right ankle. Lift your head, look forward, and then pull your belly into your spine. Support through your back. Don't let your belly just hang down there. Breathe. Rooting through the heel on the left foot. Lift your toes a little bit if you can. And I really want you to engage through your right leg, so you're really putting pressure into the right foot, into the floor. Engage through the glute, through the thigh, and then lift the right arm like you're reaching for something. Feel your abs engage, pull the shoulder away from the hip. Reach, reach, reach. Breathe, find your focal point. Arm comes back down. Release your legs. Slide the left one forward a little bit. Take the right one back. Go to downward dog, either with or without the chair. To you. Make sure your feet are hip width apart. And then walk your heels. Lifting and lowering. They call it walking the dog. And as you lift and lower, you can pump your knees a little bit. You'll feel that in your thighs, the back of your thighs, inner thigh. Start to lift your torso up, step your left foot forward, and then your right. And then either go with elbows, forehead, or just a forward fold without the chair, whichever you want. Really bend into your knees like you're gonna sit on a tall stool. Let your torso relax on your thighs. Root through your feet, squeeze through your butt, roll up or flat back, come all the way up. Deep breath. And exhale, shake it all out. All right, you're gonna move the chair back. I'm rethinking my concept here. We're going to stand behind the chair for a moment before you go to the floor. So you can turn it so that you can stand long ways if you want. Wide, at least have your feet the width of your elbows if you put your arms out like so. Don't put them in nice and tight. Have that nice comfortable position. And this time I want you to take your feet and I want you to roll your toes inward and your heels outward slightly. And it may feel like your knees want to cave inward. I want you to engage through your butt and imagine that you're opening your inner thigh forward. So squeeze through your butt, engage your thighs, and imagine the inner thigh is unfolding forward. Then hinge at your hips and bend forward. Now you may have hinged and bent and lost your inner thigh feeling. So if you did, shake it out. Shake out your hips, engage your thighs, and imagine you're turning your thighs forward, up under your belly. Breathe. And I want you to take the weight towards the heels. Keep engaging the thighs, keep turning them inward. It's teeny tiny inward movement. It's not real big. It may feel like you're not doing it, but if it's uncomfortable, you're doing it. And bring your weight back forward. Even. One more time, take it back. Really focus on bringing those inner thighs forward as you take the weight back. And bring the weight back over the feet. One more time. As you go back, really try not to let the thighs rotate backwards. That's their natural tendency. Usually when we go all the way back like this, I tell you to allow your glutes to open up. We're trying to close them in now. Utilizing the other side of the muscle. And weight come back forward. Heel toe walk in. Shake it out. And walk yourself to the floor. We're not going to do tummy time. We did that earlier last week. So lying on your back. Sure you can see me. Roll yourself back, and you can either draw your knees up, or you can walk to the outside edges and do a little flopping. Whichever you want to do. We're going to do some range of motion, hip range of motion. So start with your left foot on the floor and your right leg out straight. Make sure your hips and shoulders are lined up. I want you to engage your belly and release it. And just feel how it changes the stability in the hip joint. You may feel a stretch in the inner thigh a little bit. When you release it with your legs straight, you have a tendency for it to want to draw forward and pull the back off of the floor some more. Engage just enough so that it's lined up. You're not pushing your back into the floor, but you're keeping it in its regular neutral position, having your leg out and away from the body. Flex your foot. Right foot, deep breath. Use the exhale to lift. All the way up, bend the knee, point the toe. Keep it drawn in. Slowly lower the toe down with your bent knee. Then slide the leg out. Straight again. Flex the foot. Take a deep breath. Use the exhale. Point the toe, bend the knee, bring it in, let it sit for a moment, and slowly lower it down and slide it out. Flex the foot once you're out straight. Make sure you're maintaining and you're not allowing that back to arch up off the mat. Deep breath. Exhale. Point the toe, bend the knee. Pause with the bent knee for a moment, and then take it down and slide it out to a flex foot. Go ahead and slide that one back in, and we're going to switch sides. Slide the left leg out. Flex foot. Begin to keep the abs engaged to prevent your back from overly arching. Deep breath. Use the exhale to lift up, point toe, bend knee, hold. Slowly take the toes to the floor and slide the leg out straight. Flex the foot. Deep breath. Exhale, lift. Point toe, bend knee, and hold. Slowly lower the foot to the floor. Slide the leg out straight. Flex foot one more time. Deep breath. Up above, point, bend knee, hold it in. Slowly lower it down and slide it out straight. And we're going to switch sides again. Left foot on the floor, right leg out straight. And point your toe. We're going to go the opposite direction this time. So point your toe on the right leg, straight out. Deep breath. Exhale, draw it in through the knee with the knee, all the way up. And then straighten your leg, flex your foot, lower down nice and slow. All the way to the floor, then point the toe. Deep breath. Exhale, slowly draw the knee into the chest. Straighten leg, flex foot overhead, lower down. Touching the floor, point the toe. When you exhale, draw the knee in. Deep breath. Straighten, flex, and lower. And switch sides. So bring the left foot to the floor, the right leg extended out. Pointed toe, deep breath. Exhale, knee comes into chest. Straight leg, flex foot, lower down. Point toe, deep breath. Knee into chest, straighten leg, flex foot, lower down. Touching the floor, point the toe. Ready for your deep breath. Knee comes in, straighten leg, flex foot, and lower down. All the way down to the floor. Slide it in about halfway, and then scooch the right foot down next to it. Bring your inner feet together. And I want you to slowly start to open your thighs out to the outside, walking your feet until the soles are touching. If you have extremely tight inner thighs, you can put some support underneath the outer thigh. I don't want you to sit into your hip joint by trying to completely relax. It's much better to engage through your glutes and give the hip joint some support. So it's an active stretch instead of passive. Breathe. Really try and glue the soles of the feet together. Imagine you are trying to squish a starburst between your heels. Breathe. And slowly straighten out your right leg. And then straighten out your left leg. Both feet are flexed. Belly's engaged to support the back. Straight legs. Legs are hip width apart. I want you to keep the core engaged, and I want you to lift your right heel off the floor. You may be only able to go a little bit, or you may only be able just to engage the muscle that creates that. Lift the right heel, a pinky width off the floor. And put it back down. And lift the left heel a pinky width off the floor. And put it back down. And I want you to alternate left and right 3 times on each side, almost like you're shuffling and walking. Little tiny steps, left, right, and right. And then relax both heels on the floor. Point your toes. Imagine you're a ballerina and you're up on your tiptoes. Now I want you to rotate through your hip joints and rotate your pinky toe to the outside. So you're opening your inner thighs. You can actually lay the outside of your foot on that if you want to or able to. Keep your belly engaged. And then rotate your thighs so you're right up on your heels again. Do the same thing. Just roll on your heels to the outside edges of your feet. Toes are pointed, belly's engaged. Roll back up. Slide the right heel in, all the way, knee in. Slide the left one all the way up, knee in. Roll or just sit still for a moment. Whichever feels better. Left foot on the floor, right ankle on left thigh, and open the right knee to the right side. Right foot is facing is on the left side, right knee is on the right side. Pull your belly in, push your back to the floor. And relax your belly. Draw your right knee across midline. Don't let your right hip actually lift up off the floor. Just draw your knee across and get a little bit of stretch on the outside. more stretch, you can straighten the right leg. And relax. Take the right foot on the floor. Bring the left ankle up onto the right thigh. And press the right or the left knee away from the torso. So you're kind of in that figure 4 position. Pull the belly into the spine and push the back to the flat to the floor. And breathe. Relax. Draw the left knee across midline. Don't let your left hip come off the floor. It's a little stretch, but you can make it bigger by straightening the leg. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight. Just pulling that weight up gives more stretch in the outer thigh. Yep. Relax. Release the foot to the floor. Either roll or flop. Because it is savasana time. Get all of your creature comforts together. Lengthen. Make yourself long on your mat from your tailbone to your crown. Get your pillows, your eye pillows, block out the light, the sounds. Just bring awareness to the parts of your body that were worked today. We did hip stuff. We did belly and core stuff. Some different balances. Some butt. Remembering what works, what doesn't. And start to settle into your breath as your last minute fidgeting relaxes, releases. Find your comfort. Find your stillness. Even out your breaths, your inhale and exhale, becoming the same length. Begin to feel your front body melt into your back body. Feel the pressure points, back of your head, shoulders, hips, maybe your feet. Anything that's touching the floor has a little bit of weight to it. Breathe into those pressure points and let your body melt a little bit more. You can feel a little bit more heavy. A little bit more solid. Maybe a little bit more supported. And a little bit more relaxed. Imagine that you're able to sweep away all the thoughts that are trying to interrupt you. Tidying up the floor, sweeping away anything that doesn't pertain to now, to breath, to body, heart. And I want want you to imagine that you have completely swept away all the debris. You could look at your feet and see yourself standing on a dirt path. No leaves under your feet, no rocks. It's just hard dirt, thirsty for rain. You've swept away around your feet any sign of anything else. And you found yourself at hard earth. You can see small cracks beneath your feet. Maybe your eye trails a crack and follows it to the edges of your swept area. Can you imagine that you've swept yourself into a little circle? On the outside edges of those circles, there's bits of paper, fallen leaves, from freshly fallen all the way to leaves that have been there for several weeks maybe, and they're starting to break down and break apart. There's little pebbles, loose, dry dirt. As your eye gently sweeps around your circle, what else would be in your pile? Maybe tree nettles, weeds, in this little circle of dirt that you found yourself on, I want you to replant it. I want you to water the dirt and imagine you're standing in the soft, squishy soil. You can feel the soft earth between your toes. It's well watered, it's well nourished. If you've ever walked through a freshly plowed field and feel how soft and cloud-like the dirt can be. It's dark, full of nutrients. I want you to fill your little circle garden plot that you're recreating with what you want to be there. Flowers or trees or bushes. Something that signifies new life and growth. Your small little circle may have grown as you fill it with more plants and more life. You've created a path to walk between one bush or one type of flower. You've created a little garden. You've added a bench, maybe a little waterfall pond or statue waterfall. Maybe you've added fish to your water feature. Maybe you have lots of green or you've got lots of color. Different shapes and sizes of leaves, blossoms. As your garden grows quickly with the feeding, the watering, you've got shade. Your garden is bigger now, much bigger. This is your quiet space, your place of new growth and new life, place of calm and peace. enjoy picking weeds or picking off the dead flower buds and getting your hands in the dirt. Or maybe your garden, it just happens and you get to sit and enjoy it. Maybe your bench is a traditional wooden bench with wrought iron sides. Or maybe your bench is more plush and you can lay out on it and read a book. Does your garden have a little gazebo or patio area to shade you from the sun? This is your place of solitude. You only let in those who you want to spend quality time with. Those that fill your bucket, that make you smile. When life is too much, go back to your garden. Create a space in your head that you can go to. You can breathe, you can imagine. You can get in tune with your heart. Get in tune with your deepest desires. Don't forget to water your garden. Keep it growing. Visit it often. I want you to bring yourself to a seated spot in your garden, whether it be on your bench or on your floor. And I want you to listen to your heartbeat with that beat of nature. Feel your breath in your lungs. And feel your body transition back to the mat, the floor, to each pressure point that you rooted so much. You made a point to be aware of. Feel your body return to the room that you're in, the music in your ears, my voice, whatever else is around you. Start to wiggle your fingers and toe, roll your wrists and ankles, shrug your shoulders, squeeze and release your glutes, arch and contract your back, turn your head side to side. Get some motion in as many joints as you can. Bring your arms overhead, straighten your legs, deep breath and stretch. Exhale and release. Draw one knee at a time into your chest. Roll yourself over onto your side. Take a moment to let gravity transition. Let your head space transition. Your equilibrium get back to normal. Gently peel yourself up off of the mat, off of the floor, walking yourself up to a seated position. Find your long spine. Relax your hands in your lap. Turn your head to the right. And dip your chin down. Lift your nose up. Head to neutral. Turn your head to the left. Dip your chin down. Lift your nose up. Back to neutral, head forward. Take shoulders forward, round your upper back. Breathe into your back. Sitting up, bring your shoulders up to your ears. Breathe into your belly. Bring your shoulders around, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Breathe into your chest. And then drop your shoulders down, lengthen through the crown of your head. Get a full breath from belly to chest. And relax. Roll around your shoulders. Inhale, right arm up and over. Big breath. Exhale, float it back down. Left side, inhale up and over. And exhale back down. Both arms, inhale, gather air. Gather it up, lift it to the ceiling. Exhale, push it down. I'm going to do another one of those breaths. Inhale, gather air. Active arms. Lengthen all the way up to the fingertips. And then exhale and push it back down. Last breath. Inhale, arms up. Hands come together overhead. Exhale down to your chest. Press through the palms of your hands. Drop your shoulders down. Lengthen through your crown. Deep breath. And namaste.